crafters, welcome to the Crafty Corner. Go grab your craft supplies and come make a craft with me. Now that school has started, I thought it would be a good idea that we go ahead and make a little bookworm. This would be a great bookmark for all of the books that you're using at school. All right, so come on down to the library. We have a packet for you. You are going to have a bookworm template, and then you're going to have some eyeglasses so that you can make him look really smart. And then you're going to have a variety of little squares of paper. And I'll show you what we're going to do with those. So the first thing you're going to want to do is take your little squares of paper and take a scissors. And you're going to want to cut on the longer edge of all of your papers. So I'm going to get my glasses on here so I can see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to cut real thin little lines. And it doesn't necessarily have to be super straight, but you do want them to be thin. So depending on which colors you want, and you can make a pattern and just have a couple, but I'm going to have 4. I think I'll do like 4 of each color, and we'll see how that works. So the thinner you get it, the more color your bookworm is going to have. Now I didn't color my bookworm before I put on all his stripes, but I just thought maybe that's an idea you might want to do. Now the reason we're cutting these nice and long is so that it will go all the way across his body. It won't be too short. You can always make something a little shorter. You can't make it longer. So let me go ahead and get the rest of these colors cut. You can see I'm just cutting them nice and thin, really thin. I found a bookworm book at the library. I thought it was really funny. It's one of our Boo books. It's called Beware of the Bookworm. So I don't know, you can see that little bookworm coming out of the book over here. It looks a little scary. He's got some really long antenna. The person looking at him looks quite scared. All right, so we're going to finish cutting our little stripes. And if you have other colors at home that we didn't provide for you, like I didn't have a purple, you could always get that yourself. All right, so I have all these beautiful colors. And I'm just going to start laying them, not necessarily straight across. Okay, it gives it a little bit more texture, a little bit more flair when you have crisscrossing little stripes on here. So you want to make sure that you don't put it where the eyeballs are going to be. So it might be a good idea to go ahead and draw in the eyes first. So let's go ahead and give him his eyes and his little nose. And I'll go ahead and give him a mouth. And then I can work around it. Now I'm just going to use my glue stick, and I'm going to go ahead and put a couple colors right here at the top, sort of like a hat. And it's okay that it's hanging off the edge, because when we cut it out, that part will be gone. All right, so then just wherever you want your lines to go, you're going to lay your stripes. Okay, I'm going to crisscross that one. I'm going to make this one go across. I'm going to make a couple more go straight across. And then we're going to crisscross with some of these other colors. Okay. So this is the part where you get to be creative. You get to decide how you want all your little stripes to be on your bookworm. I'm going to make that one go this way. Make one go straight across the bottom here. I really think this is a really cute little bookworm. It'd be great for any books that you have that you want to use a bookmark for. And I can even overlap here. I'm going to put these right on top of all of those. We need something to fill in this gap here. Need something to fill in this gap here. Let's see, where else do we might want one? Maybe one going this way here. Okay. Maybe we'll make a little star across his belly right here. Okay. As long as you have enough glue, you just want to make sure that all the edges are, glued down before you start to cut. I have a couple left. I guess we can get one way down here on the end of his tail. Put one right in through here. He's going to be so colorful when we're done. All right, let's put maybe one more up in here. And I think that's good. I don't think I need to use this last one. All right, So we have all of those. Now, if we want, we can cut out some eyeglasses. Now, this is really tricky. I'm going to make mine look like I'm going to use this one. This is sort of like the old lady eyeglasses. So I'm just going to trim around that real careful. Make this a librarian's bookmark. Librarian's bookworm, yeah. All right, let's finish cutting this out. This is the tricky part, especially if you want the eyes to show through, or you could actually draw the eyes on top of it, I suppose. But to get that inside cut out, you would have to fold it, and I think I'm just going to glue it right on top, and then we can have the eyes show through. And then we can color the glasses too. So I'm going to just glue that down. And instead of trying to cut all that out, we'll just add those. Because you can see the eyeballs right through the glass, can't we? All right, let's make her have these orange glasses. It's a cute little bookworm. You might want to draw the little part that goes over the ear. Okay. So I've given you several different choices of different glasses, and you can just draw them in too if you wanted to without actually cutting the paper, but be creative. Okay, so now that all that is done, then I'm just going to take my scissors and cut where the bookworm's body was, and just go squiggle, squiggle. And you're going to have a lot of little pieces of paper fall off. So you need to make sure you have a trash can ready. Around his head, and down, 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 all the way to his tail. All right, the last step would be to put the ribbon on. And I forgot my hole punch, but something that you can do if you don't have a hole punch, and it might be hard because I put the construction paper there, but if you don't have a hole punch, you can often take a sharp pencil, and look, it worked. I just poked a hole straight through there. So I have provided ribbon for you. So if you want to take the ribbon and stick it through the hole, I like to fold it over like this and stick both pieces through at the same time. Except my hole's a little skinny. I'm having a little difficulty getting it through. Maybe I'll use my pencil. So, and then we take the ends and put it through the loop, and then just pull. And so then you have the little ribbon that goes on the end of your bookworm. All right, boys and girls, that is a wrap for another Crafty Corner. I hope you enjoy making little bookworms and use them to put in the books that you're reading. Thank you so much for watching the Crafty Corner. I will see you again next week for another craft. Bye now.